What is the best animal in Deep.io? A question asked 100 times in a few different versions of the game with a variety of different answers. Well, as I was checking YouTube Studio, I found out that that question is also a very popular search term for this game, and wanting to make popular content for views, I set out to answer that before I was given a moment of pause. Finding the current meta is somewhat interesting, but what about the best animal ever? I don't mean the best in version 2 and version 3 with consideration to the animals in the game at the time. I mean in every beta, concerning every design, and every bug and exploit. What are the best animals in the history of Deep.io? What the fuck, Red October? Coelacanth is probably the best animal in the game currently, and if it were an animal in any version of the game, it'd likely be one of the top animals no matter what. I have nothing to say about it. It's just a solid animal that packs a punch. Everyone here knows this animal, right? Yeah, Hallie is pretty good, but once upon a time this creature was even better. During the Snow Below beta, it could dig, and dig without a boost at that. Imagine the playstyle of it as it is now, except whenever it's about to die, it just leaves, like a torpedo or stonefish.
There I am, Gary, there I am!
We start with a fresh patty, grilled.
Beaked used to be able to bubble itself, once again in the Snow and Below beta. What's the point of that, you might ask? Well, bubbles do AoE damage, and there wasn't yet a limit placed on how many bubbles a beak can land other than the 3 bubble limit for a single player. All a beak had to do was place 3 bubbles on itself, then land 3 on their target. Getting in close and detonating the bubbles would deal a hefty 900 damage and almost kill pretty much anything. I'm not going to lie, Coconut as it is right now might be better than Coelacanth, which I'm sure is conflicting to hear considering I just explained that Coelacanth is the best animal. In any case, Coco suffered a small nerf by the Harmony Guild, removing its bleed resistance and lowering its armor by quite a substantial amount. That being said, this bad boy is fast on the ground, can escape easily by sinking, its claw lunge is probably one of the furthest boosts second only to Gar, and to top it all off, a well-timed coconut combo can deal 900 or more damage in only a few seconds. Giant Squid is excellent as is, but through 2017 and 2018 it was a monster. It could grab tanks, even whales, and when it grabbed something it got a 200% speed boost, letting it drag anyone into deep or any deep animal into ocean to suffer pressure damage. To top it all off, there wasn't any recoil either.
Yes! Yes, oh this is so good, this is good, this is good. Yes! We got a whale! We got a whale, we got a whale.
Number 5 was going to be Crocodile, back when it could do 3 grabs with a click boost, or when it could still double grab, which made it revered by players as the best animal in the game. Instead, what if I told you there was an animal that could kill anything with 1 boost? The catch was that it had to die as well. Prior to the Reef update, Anaconda had a bug lovingly called the Anaconda Kamikaze glitch, wherein the Anaconda would grab someone, then die, either from salinity, oxygen, pressure, bleeding to death, or by simply disconnecting. The Anaconda and its coil would disappear, but the effects of the coil would not, and they'd last until the targeted player suffocated to death, unable to escape by shaking or by any other means. This was a common bug and I remember it quite well, but here's the thing, in my search for footage, absolutely no one had clips of this. I was on YouTube and Reddit looking at video after video, watching 4-view videos, large content creators, even stumbling on a cult at one point. Nothing. This shit is lost media. You know the drill by now. AST, when it was released, is almost the same as it is right now. One key difference being that it didn't have to charge its boost. That's right, you could easily spam people with this animal and force them into a stun lock. Speaking of lost media, here's a bugged animal that only had one bug report as far as I can tell. Stonefish in 2017 had a peculiar case reported by Pathos. You may know him as the guy who made parts of the game like Catch-A-Lot, Sunfish, and of course Stonefish. Dubbed by him as the Stonefish of Might bug, the Stonefish of his healed 14 health every frame and had infinite boosts, and what's weirder is that after dying, it passed to the other Stonefish in the server. There was a video showing what looked like a similar effect happening to piranhas, but this turned out to be oarfish hiding in this ship. I don't know, I thought it was interesting to tack on, as this may have been what the bug looked like. Manta ray may not be the best animal, but it is certainly the buggiest animal to ever grace the game. This animal is famous for builds like Poison Manta, Manta Eel, and even an earlier meta build where Eel and Puffer could be inside the same aura. For these things alone, Manta would be in this spot, but there is an even earlier exploit where Manta could stack buffs in its aura. By using either Humpback Stun or Whale Suck, which would remove Manta's aura, some of the buffs it had would not go away. By repeating this process, one could stack buffs without limit, or maybe there was a limit, I don't really know. The fact is that, like Anaconda, I could not find any footage or really any screenshots either. Lost media number 2 as far as I'm concerned, because it definitely seems like something that would have been filmed.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
We all know it, and we all love it. With a score of over half the 32-bit integer limit, dealing out thousands of damage in only a few seconds, and possibly getting tens of thousands of score for every frame that damage was dealt. The best Steep.io animal of all time is Basking Shark. Bugged in the Reef Beta, Basking could erase players by hitting them and AI fish at the same time. The score you see in this clip, that's 1.7 billion XP, a rare number to see outside of Pearl Defense and much older game exploits. And the damage, well, it's a lot. More than anything on this list, on any list really. Plus, it's a fucking Basking Shark, this animal already can't die.